ST Multimedia akan terus memberikan inovasi dan menggali potensi mahasiswanya untuk dibawa ke kancah nasional maupun internasional.
STMM menjadi tempat saya dan teman-teman untuk mengawali, mengenali, dan mendalami ilmu broadcasting dan film. Kampus ini juga melatih saya untuk selalu bekerja kreatif dan bertanggung jawab.
Belajar di ST Multimedia membekali diri saya untuk bersaing di dunia industri, karena ilmu yang saya dapatkan sejalan dengan perkembangan industri ini.
Mari merajut masa depan kamu bersama ST Multimedia. Seperti apa yang kamu bayangkan, seperti apa yang kamu impikan. Karena kami selalu memberanikan diri untuk memperluas cakrawala impian, menjadi pusat pendidikan tinggi mulia terbaik di Indonesia dan bertaraf internasional.
On behalf of the committee, I would like to say welcome to the participants of the seminar on the practice of digital leadership to boost clean and agile governance. Ladies and gentlemen, all the participants who present here have got 3 doses of COVID-19 vaccine, and we do comply with the COVID-19 health protocol. Ladies and gentlemen, please kindly be informed that this seminar is organized by the Department of Public Information and Communication, School of Multimedia, in which School of Multimedia is a higher education institution under the Ministry of Communications and Informatics of the Republic of Indonesia. Ladies and gentlemen, I request you all to stand, and gentlemen, please remove your hats for us to sing our national anthem, Indonesia Raya. please be seated. Your Excellency, Minister of Communications and Informatics of the Republic of Indonesia, Bapak Johnny G. Plate, who is represented by the head of ICT Research and Human Resource Development Agency, Ministry of Communications and Informatics of the Republic of Indonesia. Honorable, the head of ICT Research and Human Resource Development Agency, Ministry of Communications and Informatics of the Republic of Indonesia, Dr. Hari Budiarto. Please welcome Bapak. Honorable, the head of the School of Multimedia, Bapak Nur Iza, distinguished speakers, distinguished guests, participants, organizing committee, ladies and gentlemen. Very good morning to all of you from here, Yogyakarta, Indonesia. Welcome to Yogyakarta, Indonesia. Welcome to the School of Multimedia, and welcome to the seminar on the practice of digital leadership to boost clean and agile governance. It is an honor for me, Ratri Nugrahini, to be the master of ceremony of today's event. And in this occasion, kindly let me inform the agenda for today. There will be an opening remarks by the head of ICT Research and Human Resource Development Agency, Ministry of Communications and Informatics of the Republic of Indonesia. And then we are going to have panel session with the speakers coming from Birmingham City University, Amazon Web Service, and Patil University, India. Then it is followed by a discussion session that will be facilitated by a moderator. And after that, there will be closing remarks by the head of the School of Multimedia. Ladies and gentlemen, we do plan that the whole sessions of this seminar will be whole covered by 1 p.m. Ladies and gentlemen, in addition to the participants who present here, we also have speakers and participants who are virtually connected to us through Zoom meeting room and YouTube streaming. Ladies and gentlemen, it is an honor for me to invite the Honorable Head of ICT Research and Human Resource Development Agency of the Ministry of Communications and Informatics of the Republic of Indonesia to deliver
Communications, Birmingham University, UK, and also senior lecturer in Internet of Things, Coventry University, UK. This is in 2018 until 2020. Lecturer in Networks and Communications, Cranfield University, UK, and so on. So sorry, I cannot read it all. And some awards, not some, many. Selected awards and grants. Principal investigators of COP26, Forest Bioenergy Territorial Projects, British Council, Japan. And academic principal investigator of 5G Connected Forests, UK, DCMS funding, blah, 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 until at present. And still any. So, selected publications, so many. I will not read it all, but Dr. Taufik, are you ready? Time is yours. Please.
Okay, thank you. So let me share my screen to share my presentation. Okay, so I hope my screen is visible and my voice is audible.
Yes.
First of all, thank you very much for the kind invitations by my warm regards to His Excellency Mr. Doni K. Plate, Minister of Communication Informatics, Bapak Dr. Ari Budiarto as the head of ICT Research, Bapak Reza as the head of School of Multimedia, Bapak Sudono as moderator, as well as the fellow speakers, fellow lecturers in SDN and teaching, and the participants. So very perhaps good morning. I think at least good morning Indonesia, so good morning to all of you all. And Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Morning.
So today when I received the invitation, so it was kind of confused what topics to deliver, especially since it touched something that perhaps a little bit not my daily activity, which is on digital leadership, especially in the context of the new program introduced by the SDN MMTC. However, I try to perhaps share some of the experience from the UK, how this digital leadership has helped to progress and drive forward some of the initiatives in terms of enabling smart rural environments. In particular, I'm going to actually with one terminology mentioned by Dr. Ari Budiarto earlier, in relations to digital divide. And there is actually the very personal reasons why I'm very much interested in addressing this digital divide through some of my projects. Just maybe a quick introductions from myself. So I'm currently working in Bradford University as an associate professor in information and communications. At the same time, I'm also leading a research cluster on future information networks. So we are working on various research areas, various educational programs related to advanced info. In particular, we are currently working on 5G and perhaps start exploring some of the technology that can be utilized for safety. We are not just focusing on the technical aspects, but we are actually looking at how these different technologies could help impact the society. So how society can leverage the benefits of this technology. So in a way, like this technology will not be just stay in isolation. Well, as a background, I'm Indonesian, so as origins, I did my schooling days in Central Java, and I moved to Yogyakarta, actually where the campus is located in my high school. I then moved for my undergraduate degree to Singapore, and I had to go to university. And then I did my PhD from the University of Cambridge, and I finished that in 2012. At the moment, I think one of the highlights that I perhaps would like to share in today's discussions will be around the projects which I'm currently involved. So the project is on 5G connected forests. This is actually high-profile projects by the UK government. And one of the target within this project is actually to create one of the world first 5G connectivity in the forest. Well, my career has been quite international, I would say. I actually have been working across different countries in my professional career. In the past 8 years or so, I've been living in the UK and have been staying here for a while, actually, considering the fact that I move quite a lot across countries. And hopefully there will be things we can learn from the UK experience in terms of addressing digital divide today. So this is the topic that I would like to share. My expertise actually, the graph is coming from information theory, but I apply the information theoretical knowledge to across disciplines, across different application areas. So I work on how information theory can help progress the wireless communications, how information theory can help the design of IoT, how information theory can help in terms of cybersecurity and machine learning, as well as big data analytics. I look at how these different expertise come together to inform some of the emerging technologies, emerging interests, such as the connected and autonomous vehicles, intelligent transportations, forestry, and precision agriculture. So some of our work, our teamwork has been actually well covered in the UK across different news outlets, including BBC, as well as local newspapers. And what we are interested is how we can actually disseminate some of this work to publics so that they will realize the benefits of the communication technology and how that will impact their day-to-day activity. Currently my workplace is in Birmingham. I work for Birmingham City University. Our campus is actually located in a very central area in Birmingham, so in a city center. We are actually the next door to the new high-speed train stations, which will be completed in the next couple of years. So it's actually quite busy campus. It's not quiet campus, I would say. Our campus has been quite closely working with various 5G and future network stakeholders across the countries. That includes the West Midlands 5G initiative. We're also working with companies such as Ericsson and Nokia in terms of progressing some of this technology, in terms of trialing this technology to help design various use cases and various application scenarios. I just want to revisit what Dr. Budiarto earlier mentions about digital divide. It is actually quite personal to me because I came from a village background, so it used to be quite difficult to find the connectivity, and even at the moment we are still struggling with the connectivity in my home village. And digital divide has been quite a specific interest to me in terms of implications to the people, in terms of the inequality it creates to access some of the services and that actually will translate into some of the economic development. So I will start this with the fact that we are actually currently entering the digitalization era. We can see here that actually in the past we used to communicate with various symbols, such as maybe smoke, such as maybe some kind of Morse codes and various way of communicating. At the moment, all those symbols change to Wi-Fi, change into something that we can actually enjoy and try to encapsulate all the communication using signal. So we can still see this type of communications, and actually communication is just a way to communicate messages, a way to communicate symbols. The difference nowadays is we start see these communications becoming massive. We start getting more and more connections with people. We are kind of connected, right, to the internet because I believe that every one of us, especially the participants, we are connected to our phone. We are using applications such as WhatsApp, or we are using applications such as Instagrams or Twitter or Facebook. So in a way, like we are being connected. We are creating like what we call as a network society. So we are no longer living in isolations. We understand what's going on in other part of the countries. We understand what's going on in other part of the world. So that is because of the way the communication infrastructure enable us to do so. So we are getting more connected. However, if you look at the internet trend, so this is like real-time traffic of internet taken from Kaspersky.com website. We can see here that some of these connectivity is actually not equal. They are not proportionally distributed across countries. First of all, we can see that the internet connectivity is very active in North America, in Europe, some part of South America, some part of Asia, but a large part of Africa is still unconnected, still empty. We can still see like a big hotspot over there. Even like if we try to zoom in some of this country, we can still see a lot of areas not being covered by signal. A lot of areas not being able to access the connectivity services. So this is actually a problem of digital divide, and the problem with this is the moment where some of these areas not being able to access the services, that might also imply that they may not have access to proper economic development, because a lot of economic development nowadays rely on digital technology and digitalization. Even then, people may think that as a developed nation, as a developed country, the UK may have less issue in terms of digital divide, but actually it's not. Digital divide is actually happening, including the developed countries such as UK. So if you look at the trend from 2017, we have very large digital unconnectivity, I would say, across the country. The connectivity improved in the next 2 years from 2017, but still we can see the limited connectivity in some of the areas. We can see here that some of the areas in the northern of the UK, such as Scotland, has a very limited connectivity. So the one in thick color indicates less connectivity. The one in thin color will indicate more connectivity. So even like in the context of the UK, some of these areas are still lacking signal coverage, especially those areas located in rural region. So things will or may improve the next couple of years. So these figures on the right is the results of the forecasting done by one of the company called Point Topic. They try to forecast what's going on with the coverage in the next 2 or 3 years. So we can still see here that even though the connectivity might improve, but there are still some areas becoming the hotspot for no coverage or lack of coverage. So those areas are the areas that require addressing. So what does this mean actually to the UK population? Well, to the UK population, so here, well, the figures looks very complicated, but actually we can see this figure into two sides. So the first side is on the left-hand side, this area, which is indicated mostly by red colors, and the other area is the one on the right-hand side, which is indicated by the green color. So here, from the left-hand side, I can say that there are some part of the UK that are digitally excluded. And if we try to count the number of populations being impacted by that, will be around 10 million population. So it's a big number. And around 30 millions of the populations are digitally included. Okay, so obviously here we can see that as a developed country, significant or majority of the populations are engaging very well with the digital technology, but some proportions in the society, they are actually excluded from the increasing digitalization. So why is that so? So there are a variety of reasons. One of the reasons is the access to the equipment. So not everyone will have access to the proper equipment. Another will be on whether the equipment is too expensive for them to afford. So they have further priority to access. Another reasons will be on the signal coverage. Some of this equipment will not work without proper signal coverage, without proper access to the broadband. So how does that impact? So the findings from those populations where they have better access to the service shows that they feel happier. Well, this is subjective personal evaluations or personal reflections, but we can see that 85% actually feel happier because they can connect better with friends and family. They feel healthier because they can access better in terms of care. A lot of healthcare services in the UK, they are accessible through digital services. So even some of the things, if we, let's say, experience certain light symptoms, we may not be recommended to go to the doctor directly. Instead, we are provided with a certain digital services to see what will we need to do if we experience certain light symptoms. So we don't have to go to the doctor, but the website or the applications will provide us with a list of recommendations, what to do in a certain illness scenario. So 49% say that they actually, this digitization will help them to access these services. In terms of businesses, they see that actually the access to the digitalizations would mean that they actually have a better productivity, and that actually drive a better economic growth in terms of their contribution in their own industry or their own businesses. So this is how the inequality happening in the UK, how the digital divide is showing the contrast between segment of populations being digitally included and digitally excluded. Well, this figure is another complicated figure, but I just want to mention that there are a variety of environments which can be benefited from this increasing digitalization, especially in rural area. We can see the benefits from the perspective of economic growth. We can see the benefit in terms of the healthcare. We can see the benefits, how to protect the environment with a better digital technology. And this is something that I would like to share in the next couple of slides. Okay, so one of the highlights that we are currently actually engaging quite closely as a research stream in my university is on this UK government 5G testbeds and trials program. One of the explorations that we are trying to find out from this program is how the 5G could offer certain benefits to sectors that are previously not imaginable before. So the findings will help inform the investment in 5G, because we know that the 5G infrastructure is quite expensive. And in order to justify for that investment, we need to know what will be the benefits, what will be the value added offered by 5G. So the UK government is quite keen in exploring new application areas, new use case in which 5G might offer the benefits. And if you look at the projects being funded, one of the projects is actually our project, which is on the 5G connected forest. We can see here from the funding being awarded to cross projects, we can see that the rural projects receive one of the most attentions from the government, in addition to the creative sector. So we can see that the UK government showing a certain leadership here to address this digital divide through funding the 5G testbed and trials program for the rural areas. Okay, so from our university, we are working on the environmental management. We are actually designing robots and other digital technologies to connect with 5G, and how that connectivity will help to actually deliver new experience to the visitors of the forest, as well as help maintain the forest in a good way. So I'm going to show some of the findings which we actually managed to obtain throughout this project. Well, actually, some of these findings has been covered by Indonesian media. So if you are interested, you can actually look at this link and read through across the article to see like what we have done with this 5G and forest connectivity, especially in the rural areas, the digital divide. Okay, so here actually the one of the primary aim of the 5G connected forest is to actually to explore the potential of future connectivity to protect and promote the natural and cultural heritage, and that heritage is focused on a forestry site named Sherwood Forest. The reasons why we focus on this forest is because this forest has a lot of unique characteristics. This forest is a forest that is believed to be a site where the Robin Hood is actually based on during the time when the story was believed to happen. And the forest is ancient, which means that it contains some of the trees that are of a thousands or in order 1,000 years old. So it's very old forest, highly protected, and being a cultural heritage to the surrounding population. So it's a popular tourist destinations, and bringing 5G there will help improve the visitor economy, and bringing 5G there will help maintain the forestry environment better. So if we look at the 5G, there are three main umbrellas we can see. One umbrella will be on the massive IoT, another umbrella will be on enhanced mobile broadband, another umbrella will be on the mission critical control. So for our applications on 5G connected forest, we are focusing on the two key aspects. The first one is on the massive IoT, and the second one is on the enhanced mobile broadband. So we want to see how these two aspects can be facilitated for the environmental management. To some extent, we are also addressing the part on the mission critical control. However, this is not the primary focus for our application areas. So in terms of the applications, we are looking at the deployment of state-of-the-art digital technology, such as the drone and robots, and they are actually connected to the network. So it's not just simply drone and robot. We can see a lot of drone application nowadays with the camera capture, with trying to take the images from the aerial observations. However, the big question is, can we make this drone as well as the ground robot to be connected in real time with the 5G network? By doing so, we enable the drone and robot to transmit a very much high data rate and being able to transmit that close to real time. So close to real time means here with a very low latency. So the benefits will be manifold. The first one, obviously, in terms of disaster management, this observation can help mitigate certain disaster risks such as fire, storm, etc. Another application use cases will be utilizing this technology to map the health status of the forest. And we can also leverage this technology to, let's say, rescue or find some of the missing persons if they are traveling across the forest, because the forest is a very large area and finding the missing person can be quite a daunting task to the forestry authority. So this is some of the just maybe snapshot of what we are actually developing. This is actually an applications we develop through the detections. So we are looking at how we can actually deploy the drone data capture as well as the horizontal data capture to help us detect the occurrence of the fire. So with that detections, we hope to be able to inform the authorities so they can focus on areas where these fires are occurring. So obviously here with these rapid real-time detections, authorities can then send the rescue personnel and they will be able to save the environment. They will be able to rescue the people if they are getting lost during these disaster events. So this is what we are trying to showcase, the benefits of that 5G and digitalization technology to help save the environment and help save life. Another area of interest, we are actually currently expanding this application is in the context of Indonesia. We are trying to perform these species detections in Malaysia, in Sulawesi. We are trying to do this detection automatically, and a variety of the trees can be harnessed to provide us with an options to develop bioenergy. So there is a very close relationship between the increasing digitalization, especially in the rural context, to the our
capability to protect the environment and sustain the conservation of the environment. Having said that, I think I said a lot about the promise of digital technology, promise of the future connectivity such as 5G, but we have to actually be aware of the caution of the possible undesirable impact of such technology. So, for example, there has been questions whether 5G will actually lead to a smart nation or will it actually contribute to the other directions, which is actually an unhealthy nation. Whether hyperconnectivity will actually create something better, or whether that will promote something negative, such as harassment, online harassment, maybe fake news, maybe nowadays in Indonesia we see a lot of issues with e-commerce, a lot of issues with, let's say, engagements in a promotion program. So that is not possible without being amplified by this future digital technology. The AI component, so the big questions will be whether that AI will replace human, and obviously with the VR, AR, and gaming, so that may also promote more engagements to digital or virtual world, but may also promote at the same time less engagements with the actual life. So all of these are actually cautions and something that has to be managed carefully. And I do believe that in the new program where the MMTC is working with, some of this impact will be part of the discussion, will be part of the equation. So they will not be just being put it as a sideway. Okay, I think I would like to conclude my talk with that. Thank you very much, and I will be very happy to answer some of the questions from the participants. Thank you.
Wow, thank you, Mr. Taufik. Very great presentations. Luar biasa, luar biasa. Very nice contents and very nice contents. I think some question, but later on, I would like to ask some question, and also participant, I think, have something to be discussed with you. Okay, and then we move on the second speakers. I would like to invite Bapak Yopan, Dr. Kirti first. Well, I'm informed that I would like to invite Dr. Kirti. Dr. Kirti, do you hear me? Good morning, Dr. Kirti. Good morning. Dr. Kirti, can you hear me? Dr. Kirti, can you hear me? Yeah. It's cannot connected. Hello, Dr. Kirti, good morning. I think we have a little problems with the technique. Crew of technique still not connected. Okay. We have a connection, I think, with those two speakers. Okay, back to Pak Taufik. Still follow us, Pak Taufik? Okay, Pak Taufik. Maybe I'd like to ask one question. Ternyata masih ada lack coverage di sana, Pak, ya. Lack coverage di sana, Pak, ya. You know, in my mind, in my head, in UK, that in UK, digitalization or well done.
So how?
What I mean, well done. You said that there are some like
you said that
of
there
the
are
area.
some
So
like
how it comes?
of the area.
That's
So
my
how
first
it
question.
comes?
And then any
That's my first
impacts
question. And then
between
any
those area
impacts
and the
between
area
those area
in which is
and
full
the
of
area
digitalization
full
in the
of
society,
digitalization in the
So what do you
society,
think?
the people there. So what do you think?
Okay, thank you, Pak, for your questions. I think the lack of coverage is actually inevitable if you look at the density of the area, because at the end of the day, all this connectivity is driven by the capital, is driven by the economy. So if the government or if the businesses, they see the economic value, then they will invest in terms of the infrastructure. So if you look at the coverage, actually most of this coverage will be biased towards city area or urban area. Why? Because in an urban area we have a higher density of the populations. They are doing businesses. They are visiting some of the economic centers, such as shopping malls, such as maybe business area, business districts. So inherently, those areas are more attractive in terms of investing some of these technological infrastructure. If we imagine the rural context in the UK, they are actually sparsely distributed. Not many people are living in this area. The density of the population is very low. So we can imagine that the variety of economic activity happening in those areas are quite limited. And particularly some of those activity will be predominantly agriculture, forestry, and other areas that are linked to those two. So inevitably, because of maybe the population density is very small, then there will be big questions whether the government or the businesses, they would like to invest in the infrastructure without clearly seeing the economic value of such investment. So that is primarily the reasons. Any investments on new technologies, new coverage such as 5G will require investment. 5G is actually very expensive because one cell can only cover a few hundred meters, right? So in order to provide better coverage, then we have to install much more cells compared to 4G. So in terms of the economic costs, it's actually prohibitive, especially if the government and businesses, they don't see like clear value. So part of that program is to evaluate the benefits being offered. So perhaps some of these benefits we can transfer it to, let's say, economic value, such as maybe if we can enable smart agriculture, and that smart agriculture can translate into higher crop productions by making the farming digitalized. And they can see the clear pathway of that food supply improvement, then that can be a case of providing the technical infrastructure investment. Another area that we are looking at in one of the projects that we are participating is on the capability of these digitalizations to help attract the visitor. So we are working with, let's say, virtualizing the forest and being able to put like movie characters in that forest, being able to be visualized using AR, VR equipment. And that can hopefully help the visitor to consider visiting the forest. So that might generate some of the growth in terms of visitor economy. So again, I think it's all, at the end of the day, it's all back to the investment, it's back to the money that needs to be put in. And their lack of this coverage will be able to be addressed if, let's say, there is actually clear benefits that can be demonstrated by bringing the digital technology to the area.
and economically there is no essential impact, even though there is a lack of coverage, right? You want to say that?
Well, at the moment, there has been a lot of study, has been a lot of funding from the government to evaluate the economic. I would say it's not being impacted, but more like if we bring this technology to those areas, how much change will happen to the economy? So can we project, let's say, without the connectivity and with connectivity, how many new jobs will be created, let's say, because new jobs will be created through the enablement of the connectivity. Another area will be looking at a different sector. So let's say if we look at the agriculture is a very clear example, but we can actually look at the timber production. So timber productions, we can see it from the source, such as the forest, towards the destination, which is the customer. So all this process goes through a certain supply chain steps. And all these supply chain steps will happen across both the urban and rural areas. And obviously having digital technology there will help save the production time, will help also inform the capacity of renewing the forest area where the timber production is happening. So I think what we are trying to actually convince the UK government from this trial is to see that there is benefits beyond just simply economic value. So we try to actually showcase like wider benefits, and some of these benefits are actually cannot be measured with money. Let's say if we look at the disaster management, saving life cannot be counted with monetary value, right? So this is something that we try to report the findings and convince the government to inform in the rural areas.
I think Kiru informed me that Dr. Kit is ready right now. Dr. Kit is well, I would like ready right now. Well, I would like to invite. We will talk it again later on. And I should invite Dr. And I should invite Dr. Kirti. I cannot read it. So wait, I cannot read it.
Hello.
Bapak Yupan. Bapak Yupan.
I'm audible.
Pak Yupan. Good morning. Selamat pagi Pak Yupan. Good morning.
Good morning.
Selamat pagi. Bapak Yupan. Bapak Yupan. Selamat pagi Pak. Selamat pagi Pak. Senang berjumpa Pak. Nice to meet you. Senang berjumpa Pak. Nice to meet you. Apa kabar Pak?
Alhamdulillah baik, sehat walafiat.
Baik Pak, sehat Pak ya. Tetap sehat Pak ya. Masih di Jakarta Pak? Still in Jakarta. Masih di Jakarta Pak? Still in Jakarta. Or kalau di rumah.
Di Jakarta Pak, di rumah Pak.
Kalau di rumah. Kesibukannya apa Pak? Kesibukannya
meeting Pak, barusan saya baru selesai ini Pak, pendampingan di DLA. Jadi ada program namanya Digital Leadership Academy dari Kominfo ya.
Well, Digital Leadership Academy. Well, okay, Pak Yopa, I would like to read some. I would like to read some of Pak Yopa. Curriculum vitae of Pak Yopa. I lost my note. I lost my note. Just a minute. Lompat. Ya. Lompat. Kirti Pak Yopan is. Pak Yopan is. Sorry. He is I'm sure. Yes, I think Pak Yopa still work as yes, I think Pak Yopa still IoT regarding to the IoT, right? So, IoT regarding to the IoT. Time is yours, Pak Yopa. Time is yours, Pak Yopa. Please.
Oke, thanks so much. Ini bahasa Indonesia dengan atau bahasa Inggris, Pak?
English is better, Pak.
English is better ya. Oke. Oke. Thank you everyone. Thanks for having me here. So let me share my screen ya. Okay. Ya, Good morning, everyone. My name is Muhammad Yopan. So I'm government account lead in AWS, Amazon Web Service, subsidiary of Amazon.com. So this is the company for the cloud. We are the first pioneer of cloud provider in the world. So currently we are using Zoom. Yeah. So Zoom is the platform that run on AWS. You can imagine how big AWS, right? Because Zoom, yeah, we use every day. So very big. We are the biggest cloud provider in the world. So today I would like to share with you for the accelerating digital transformation with the cloud. But this is not only cloud, but also AI, ML, machine learning, and so on. So I will talk with you later because AWS, we are not only cloud, yeah, but also we have the industry revolution 4.0, AI, ML, and so on the cloud. Okay, let me start with this. So I think this is very common. Yeah. We are currently on the Industry Revolution 4.0. So we hope you as a student ready for this because currently we are on the automation, we are on the fintech, we are on the customer digital and so on. So this is the roadmap for the government. So currently we are not too late. So we are on the foundation to build everything to become the Indonesia goal, yeah, Indonesia Emas 2024. So hopefully all of you ready for this and embrace with the cloud technology, AI, ML, and so on, because this is the not future, but this is current technology that currently we have, but we need to accelerate this adoption in Indonesia. So this is the data from the McKinsey 6 years ago, but I think this is still valid. You can see here, Indonesia currently, unfortunately, on the bottom layer. So which is we are on the not good for the in terms of the digitalization level. Yeah, if you can see here, based on this research, once the digitalization index is getting higher, so the labor productivity will be high, which is that we have to improve digital index, technology adoption to become more productive in our country. Comparing with the ASEAN country, unfortunately, we are also a bit lack in terms of the position. Yeah, so we are at the nascent of the technology adoption, which is very new, very early in stage, and so on. So if you see in Indonesia, if I come to local cities, local government, and so on, so the awareness about the cloud, about the technology is very low. Maybe that's why we are on the nascent technology stage on this year. So, but in Industry 4.0, we have several technology like mobile, internet, cloud, Internet of Things, big data, and so on. So we are very good in terms of mobile internet, but we are not in cloud technology. In fact, if we can increase the cloud adoption, IoT adoption, and big data adoption, we can have potential very big increasement for the GDP. So that's why embracing the technology is very important because this will increase our GDP. So the question is, what's the cloud? So what kinds of cloud that maybe like AWS providing, right? So currently, mostly of the Indonesian government, Indonesian private company, and so on, they are using the traditional on-premise, right? So they have the data center as the main data center. If the data center consists of the many application, database, and so on, and like a Gojek, like a Traveloka, they're using application, which is this is the application is very critical for everyone to use for e-commerce and so on. The issue is some of them using the traditional on-premise with only one data center, which is only main one. Why they don't have the RC? Because the RC is very expensive. They have to have both and then activate all of this. Yeah, but this is very expensive, right? So that's why if you see like apologize like a Indonesian government application is sometimes going down, cannot be accessed and so on because they are using the traditional on-prem, right? So that's why they have some difficulties to improve the performance and then the citizen satisfaction because sometimes application is stuck, cannot be accessed because of the high capacity and so on. So that's why in 2006, AWS as a first cloud provider in the world, AWS built cloud. What is the cloud? Cloud is the data center, a very big data center in the world. So we have in Indonesia as well for the several AZ or the aggregator of the data center. If you can see like this, so many data center that we have to make sure that the application run very well, like a Zoom run very well every day. Even you're using in midnight, you can still use Zoom, right? Because Zoom run in AWS. Or maybe you're watching Netflix. Netflix also run in AWS. Maybe you're order like a vaccination test, vaccination or maybe COVID test in Halodoc. Halodoc also run in AWS. So cloud can be disruptor because cloud is the something that changed from the traditional on-prem into the cloud data center. This is very huge and efficient. So that's why cloud is very important for everyone to embrace because can accelerate the digital transformation. If you would like to step back about what is the cloud computing definition actually. So the most important thing is the on-demand. If this is an anime, let's say, if you graduate from your school and then you build your startup, and then you would like to build the application. So if you want to use traditional way, which is you have to purchase a very big server, very huge infrastructure, and huge capital. So for the startup, that's very impossible because you don't have money, right? But once you're using cloud, you can do on demand. What is on demand? Let's say if you're building some applications very small and you use cloud and you have to pay small things based on your utilization, which is if you're using only, let's say the application is very small and using only $100 per month. So I think it's fine for the startup because the utilization is small. But if you're getting better, getting higher, so many customers that you have, so you will pay cloud based on the utilization as well, which is this is on demand. You can pay it once you get money from your customer, and you can continue your business. So that's why in maybe last 10 years, yeah, we noticed so many startup here. Maybe very small startup, and then they're getting higher, getting bigger, become the unicorn. And all of the startup using cloud. Why they can survive? Because they're using cloud, because this is on demand. This is pay per use. So that's why cloud is this disruptor, because they change the game. This is the game changer. They change everything and make startup, make everyone, even very small, to become the giants in some years. So this is very important to embrace the cloud because this is change the world. And the reason why cloud, so currently, so in several years back, I tried to capture what is the needs of our customer in Indonesia, especially, yeah, why they are using cloud. So I asked one by one, and then I get the feedback and so on. And I captured their 7 reasons why they are using cloud. And this is something that may be very relevant with all of the customer in Indonesia that maybe not embrace the cloud now, because this is something that capture in our national level, yeah, why they are embracing the cloud. The first reason, they said that once they're using cloud, they said that they get efficiency. The reason is like this. This is the time and this is the cost. Once you would like to build the application, you will create the demand prediction, like this one. And then you have to purchase your capex, belanja modal, to purchase this, right? Okay, after this is almost full, you have to purchase again, and so on. But in reality, there is no one application that runs smoothly like the green color. The reason is because all of application is very dynamic. You can imagine PPDB, yeah? This is the application for the registration, for the schools, for the students. Only use maybe like 3 months only. But once the registration is open, so everyone hit the application, very huge. And then after that, maybe gone, because there is no time period for the registration, right? So same things like a text online. Maybe on the end of March, people hit the application for the submit, the report, and so on. And almost all of the single application is very dynamic. The issue is, in one time, you will have the kelebihan resource. So unutilized resource, right? But the danger things is just the less resource. That's why many application you cannot be accessed because the capacity is stuck. There is no capacity anymore. So because of these two lack of the condition, so that's why cloud is coming and then solve all of the issue. The reason is because cloud using auto scaling, which is if you have the high utilization, so cloud will be bigger. And then if your application is getting lower, so cloud will be fit with your utilization. In one case, there is no utilized resource, and in another case, there is no less resource. So from the efficiency, you can see here, very efficient, right? So that's why everyone can use cloud and then can cover all of the utilization that your application needs. The second reason why they are using cloud, they said that because cloud is handle, reliable. The reason is because AWS has so many data center in around the world, including in Indonesia. And you can see here, let's say one region in Indonesia, yeah, we are not only one data center, but we have several data centers to ensure that all application can be accessed all the time. So this is different with the data center on-prem, yeah. You only have one, and then once, let's say, something happen in your data center, so everything is gone, cannot be accessed, and so on. With the cloud, like a Gojek, like a Tokopedia, like a Netflix, like a Zoom, can be accessed all the time because they are using cloud. The third reason, they said that because they can focus on the core business. Once they're using cloud, they can main focus on the core business. It can be financial services, it can be government, it can be schools, and so on. Before you're using cloud, said that so many things to do with the data center. Many things happen. Cable break, and then electricity going down. Everything is really bad, so they have to focus on the infrastructure. But once they're using cloud, they said that they more focus on the core business. The fourth is the innovation. On the on-prem data center, they have only three things. The first is the storage, network, and computation. That's it. But how about the AI, ML, in the Revolution Industry 4.0? They don't have it. So once they're using cloud, they can use more innovation. You can see here like analytics, big data analytics, compute, or maybe blockchain, Internet of Things, machine learning. They can have it because this is on the cloud, and then can use it for the pay-per-use on demand, very fast. So that's why, like, if you see Netflix, yeah, if you watch Netflix, after you watch the movie, so Netflix will show you the right movie that you comfortable, because of they learn about how your interaction with Netflix, what kind of movie that you love, and so on. So this is the function of the big data analytics to ensure the customer is fit with your offering, right? So this is something that currently in all of the unicorn use, very flexible, so many innovation, they can do many things with the cloud. They said that once they're using cloud, they can execute very fast. The reason is because cloud is on demand. If you're using traditional infrastructure, let's say if you're using data center, you have to build infrastructure first, build the building, and then purchase the server, and then connect the cable, and then doing OS and so on, right? Takes time. So many things to do, and then maybe let's say you have to spend for months and so on. But with the cloud, you can do right now because cloud is on demand. You just open the console and then you just click, and then you can have like a VMware. You can have big data analytics, AI/ML in minutes, very fast. So that's why the fifth reason why they're using cloud. They said that since they have they're using cloud, they can execute very fast. The sixth reason, they said that because cloud is more secure than on-prem. The reason is because on AWS itself, we have more than 200 security compliance. This is very important, like ISO and then GDPR, HIPAA, the healthcare world, and so on. So we are complying with all of this security compliance, and this is make sure that your data is safe compared with the your on-prem data center. The seventh reason, they said that since they are using cloud, they can going global very fast. You can see here like a Zoom. I don't think that many people know about Zoom in February 2020, right? Because there is no COVID at the time. People still can working in the office, learn at school, and so on. But in March 2020, suddenly COVID come, and then everybody have to doing like a lockdown, stay at home, and so on, right? And people's thinking how to still work at home, and then how to learn at home, and so on. And then people said that, oh, using Zoom, da, 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 and so on. And you know, the Zoom utilization for in March in 2020 is very high comparing with February, right? And then Zoom can cover all of the utilization, all of the needs of the citizen around the world. The reason is because they are using cloud. The cloud capacity is very huge. So Zoom can easily provide all of the requests from the all customer in March 2020 because of their using cloud. And in minutes, in 1 month, they're very big and then very famous until now, right? So that's the reason why cloud is very important. And the good things is because Zoom using cloud before COVID until right now. And also Netflix. This is very, very famous, yeah. Everyone, I guess, you watch Netflix. And then we can see 4K movie, very good movie, and so on. And very global. Everyone knows about this. In Indonesia, we have like a Halodoc, we have Grab, we have ACT, Aksi Cepat Tanggap. This is also going global, at least in Indonesia, because of their embrace with the cloud. And also because most of this participant is students, so I encourage you, once you graduate for your school, you can also create your startup company. So you can build your software as a service, you can become the ISV, independent software vendor, and then you can put on AWS marketplace. The reason is because this is marketplace, a global marketplace. Everybody around the world can order your software on AWS marketplace because we are the bigger one, we are the biggest one. So you can sell this to all of the market in the world. And the question is, why AWS? Why AWS? So we are the pioneer of the cloud provider in Indonesia. So since 2006, and currently we have 25 region, including in Indonesia. We have 200 plus security compliance to ensure your data is complying with this global standard for the security. And also we have 200 plus service offering, big data analytics, artificial intelligence, machine learning, even Kubernetes, blockchain. So this is also run in AWS. So we have so many ecosystem around the world. And the good things is our price is always a decrease since we have AWS. Why? The reason is because we have so many customer in around the world. So like economic of scale, if you have many customer, you can almost decrease your price. And then because we built our system by ourselves. So if you know maybe the famous brand for the compute, storage, and so on. So we are built by ourselves, including like a routing system, like a networking system. We did by ourselves. That's the reason why we can always do price reduction, because we build everything by ourselves. So customer asking me, so where's AWS in the Gartner? So this is the Gartner report last year. we are waiting for the Gartner report for this year, yeah. But in 11 years, consecutively, we are always in the leaders quadrant and on the leader, which is we can serve our customer base and then provide the new technology and then a customer happy with AWS because of data secure and so on. So that's why we are very confident to also support all of the customer in Indonesia. And this is some use cases, yeah, that currently we build in Indonesia and also from the other country. So this is Smart Nation. We built this for the government, for the citizen, for the private, and so on. Like in transportation, this is you can imagine smart parking. Yeah, in Indonesia there is so many smart parking, but once I come to one building for the meeting, I have to spend like more than 15 minutes to looking for the right slot for me. So this is very wasting time. So that's why smart parking is very important in Indonesia. And we have this, we implement this in other country, run very well and cheap and efficient and so on to ensure that a citizen can have better life. Or maybe smart safety. You can see on the street we have so many CCTV, yeah, but actually CCTV is only like a standalone, just to stream the video and then people on the common center see it. That's it. Without any treatment, without any everything. But with the CCTV, the CCTV, if you can stream to the cloud, and our cloud can also do recognition. Let's say if you're looking for how many vehicle across to that street, so you can see our AML can count it, can provide the report to you. In one province that I visit, so they ask me how many cars across and then enter their province, because the province is the very famous, so many tourists come, and then the government would like to understand how many people come to my place, right? And they are using the city and then stream to AWS, and then we can count it how many vehicle in this hour and then in this holiday and so on, so they can get the right count for the car, and then they can do the analytics for this. And also using the smart safety, let's say if there's some what we call someone cheating maybe, or maybe they're fighting in the street, so we also can recognize it by our system, yeah, in AML, and then suddenly can report it to the police to get some treatment for that kind of condition. And also smart traffic. This is also very famous in Indonesia because so many traffic jam in Indonesia. Yeah, one of the city in Indonesia using this, using the waste analytics, doing the smart city, smart traffic. So if you can see here, this is the red one. This is very crowded. And if police would like to do the traffic engineering, let's say, if they will stop, they close the street, and what is the forecast? What about the traffic after they close the road? So we can also forecasting this to ensure that police can do the right treatment for this, to ensure that traffic jam is not happen in the city. So this is very powerful, using the AML, big data analytics, and also working collaboration with waste analytics, and also social media analytics. This is very famous in our geopolitical, yeah, especially for the election next 2 years. The reason is because many citizens doing some activities in the social media, and with the social media sentiment analysis, we can do the analysis, what kinds of people, what president that they like, and so on. So like about Jokowi, maybe the profile is very cool, right? Come from the very common people from Solo, humble, and then this is something that our Indonesian citizen looking for. So that's why he become the president, because this country understand what they need. And the reason is because using social media, and also can influence people. to get the what we call influencing to choose one president and so on. And then we also can analyze the sentiment, yeah, to provide some treatment. For the reporting information, so this is something that we did in Indonesia, in West Java. West Java is the biggest province in Indonesia. So they are providing they call Picobar. Picobar is the COVID application for the citizen, because they have so many citizens in West Java, so they use AWS to provide the application to ensure that everything runs secure and also perform. And this is the application for the citizen. I believe maybe you find like a laporan warga, yeah. You can report everything's traffic jam, maybe there are cases in your area through the WhatsApp and so on. So this is application also run mostly in the cloud. And also smart attendance for the absensi, aplikasi kehadiran. So you can use the face recognition for this. If you want to go to the office, but you have to do it in your house, in your home, you can also do the attendance check, and then you can take a photo by yourself. And then this photo will be compared with the database of customer. So this is actually, this is you, or maybe your father, maybe your doctor and so on, right? So this is also part of the AIML application that currently we built in Indonesia using the face recognition. And the application is not only for the attendance application, yeah, we also built this for the ones of the program to ensure that the people, the participant that join on the webinar or maybe training event is the right people. Still not like a jockey. So for the like exam and so on. So this is very powerful and implement in many cases in Indonesia.
We still have Yupan. Okay.
Okay, thanks so much.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, this is for the healthcare. So if you can remember for the COVID, yeah, in Indonesia we are using Peduli Lindungi, right, for the tracking. And if you see if you download for the latest updates for the Peduli Lindungi, so there are some features they call contact tracing. So they will track interaction between you and other people. If someone got infected and then interacted with you, so they will know. So you have contact with this person and so on, right? So in Singapore as well, they also use like tools for the IoT, yeah. So they can track it if you are interact with many people. So this is something that very common in the world, using cloud, using video conference, using the Internet of Things, using the AIML for the OCR. This is like OCR. So from the KTP national ID, you just click it, take a picture, and then suddenly you can get the list, your name and IKA and so on. So this is something that currently we are implementing in some of customer in Indonesia, extracting from data like a national KTP into the digital or text. And also using big data analytics. So, Indonesia is very passionate to do one data, yeah, big data analytics. Currently, we are working with the government, also using big data analytics to provide the data, and then doing some prediction, forecasting, even take decision from the leaders based on the data. And this is something that we implement in our, as example, yeah, our office, doing the distance assistant to ensure that you are not so close with other people. And also we can detect if you use mask but not so proper. Let's say the nose is, you can see the nose someone. So our AIML also can recognize, hey, your mask is not proper, so you can fix it. So many things we done, including Indonesia, yeah. So like a workspace, AppStream to stream the desktop if you have some laptop in your some server, some computer in your lab in the university, but you can also use AppStream to stream this. This is very well to help the university to do the practicum and so on, because they are using the delivered desktop. Or Chime, this is Chime like a Zoom. Chime run on AWS, built by Amazon. And also we run so many learning management system like a Moodle, yeah, in many university, including in Kominfo. Kominfo learning management system also run on AWS. This is smart proctoring. So many customer asking about how to ensure that the participants, someone that on the exam, so there's not cheating. So we have AIML technology to provide to ensure that everyone is honest. They do by themselves, right, without any support from someone else. So also smart virtual lab. This is also quite common in education. So this is the smart learning application. Yeah, some university also ask us to provide the blockchain to ensure that the certificate of graduation is valid, because there is so many people cheating to provide the certificate, yeah, on the graduation. So we are providing the blockchain for this. The last two slides that I have is the smart document. This is something that I mentioned before for the extracting from the national ID. Yeah. But this is not about the national ID, but also we experience for the surat tanah. You know, surat tanah is very what we call, it's not so comfortable. Yeah, if you can see, there's so many right hand and so on, right? So in our AIML also can recognize, even though this is the tulisan tangan coret-coret, yeah, also can be recognized. So the last one is for the use cases. This is common use case in Indonesia. For the website, the application development run on mobile, backup disaster recovery, document analysis, and so on. So all of these use cases, all of the technology is very important, but the leaders is very important. My experience working is with so many government agencies in Indonesia, yeah, from the ministries, government agencies, global and local, regional and local government. The most important thing is leader. If they know technology can help them, they can embrace with technology. But if there's so many consideration, maybe old school, and then avoid the technology, so you can see in many places in Indonesia stuck. So leader is very important to ensure that they have the good mindset to embrace technology. Currently, Indonesia, we are so many for the infrastructure and even mindset, even the condition of Indonesia. So a leader is very important to understand technology can help them. And once you embrace technology, you can adopt technology, you can do more digital acceleration very fast, very efficient, and secure. So I think that's it from my side. Thank you so much for having me for this presentation, and hopefully this is can provide you good insight how cloud technology can accelerate the digital transformation. And without leader, you can do, because leader is very important in digital transformation. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Pak Taufik. Thank you very much, presentations. Very great presentations, and very nice contents, or talking very nice contents. AWS, and also AWS, cloud technology, and also cloud technology. But we should move to the last speakers. Is it ready, Dr. Kirti? Good morning. Good morning, Dr. Kirti. How are you? How are you? Fine.
I'm fine. And namaste from India.
Okay. Thank you very much, Dr. Kirti. Thank you very much, now in India. So what time is it now in India? India is very large, very wide. India is very large, very wide. I don't know where you stay. So what time's right now there? So what time's right now there?
It's 9 a.m.
9 a.m. So we are in half past 10. We are in half past 1 and half. So 1 and half, right? Okay, Dr. Kirti. Right. Okay, Dr. Kirti. I would like to read some of your curriculum vitae. Because so many
Yes.
Because I would like to read some of them. I would like to read some of educational qualification, marketing management, and marketing management, and field of philosophy and management from Vinayaka University. So sorry if wrong. So sorry if pronunciations. Also, master in business administration, human resource specialization from Amrut Institute of Management and Business, and also administration under University of Pune. Also, masters in business administrations, marketing specializations from Amrut Vahini Institute of Management and Business Administration under University of Pune, and some still under educational qualification. I will not read it all, so sorry, because too many. And computer literacy, well served with MS Office, Internet Access, and MSCIT with distinction, fundamental of computers. And academic experience, professor and head of general education courses at Sinkia D.Y. Patel University, Pune. University of Pune approves associated prof since 2010 till 2019, and lecturers in management since 2006 till 2019. In subjective teachings, many, I will not read it all. Just let's say marketing specialization, basic of marketing, marketing management, and so on. So a chairman also as moderator, paper setter, examiner, and member of syllabus designing committee of Savitri Bai Paul. Research experience, so many research experience. So I think still writing like a journal and so on, right? Still active. Well, once again, Dr. Kitty award also. I will not read it all. That we move directly to your session, Dr. Kirti. So now time is yours. We have around 30 minutes, and then we will come to the question and answer sessions. So please, time is yours.
Thank you very much, and very good morning to all of you. Morning to all of you.
Morning.
And again, Namaste from India. Myself, Dr. Kirti Danglongani from Ajinkya D.Y. Patil University, Pune. And just now we had, learned about and known about a lot of technologies and digital leadership in governance. I am going to talk about a little bit different, and that is business world. Yes, the second speaker was talking about how technology is useful for business and how in the organizations and the business world, these technologies are being used effectively. He had given the examples of Indonesian context. I will talk about from Indian background that in India, how we are using the technology and how this pandemic has changed the scenario of business, the scenario of organization, working culture, and again, yes, brands. How they had changed the concept of branding, the concept or taking the brands to the people, targeted consumers, customers, and target audience. So let's talk about, I'm sharing my screen. Just give me confirmation if the screen is visible. It's visible. A huge population, so huge employment, a lot of business. Many MNC entered in India and started their business, their ventures. We have a lot of joint ventures, we have mergers, acquisition. We have business tycoons like Tata, like Reliance. Even the leader, a business leader from India are in the top 5, top 10 ranking in the world-class business leaders and entrepreneurs. So a huge world of business in India. So today I'm going to talk about how digital leadership has been dominated in business nowadays in India. Yeah, India is a developing country. There is still problem of internet, and there is still problem of electricity too in few of the rural area, because 70% India lies in rural area. But I'm not telling, but we are developing, and digitalization is capturing across India and pan India. So what exactly is digital leadership according to me? Digital leadership is strategic use of companies' digital asset to achieve business goals. Every business wants to achieve the goal, and the goal is profit making. The goal is to increase the sales. The goal is to taking the brand to the heights, right? So now, if we as a business person wants to make the existence in today's digital world, then yes, digital leadership is to be used effectively. So it's a digital asset which can be used for the business goal. This is, of course, useful for both organization and at the individual level. Now, how it is used, how it is utilized in the business world, let's see across. Before going, what is digital leader? When we talk about leadership, then the word comes leader. So an effective digital leader will be aware of how the business goals are known and how their job responsibilities support it. At an organization level, the digital leader could, for example, be a company that is successfully taken advantage of the digital assets to gain and also maintain a competitive edge. So how these digital assets are being taken advantage of for this competitive edge, and the technology is being, used in the business. Just now, the previous speaker talked about that how technology is used in few of the government offices in Indonesia. He had talked about how today in the business world, the digital technology is being used, explored, and how it helped to become more responsive. Yes, that's the need of the customer today. The business is changing. There are a lot of requirement. We have internet, we have digital platforms, we have cloud, today we are virtually. Today I'm in India, how many miles away, thousands of miles away from you, but still we are communicating by virtual meeting. So in education field also, there is a change because of the digital media. Not only that, we are going to look few of the examples how in India too, the digital revolution has made a tremendous change. And I think so. When the pandemic came in 2020, March 2020, we were worried about, but we as a human being, we have brains, we utilize this technology to become closer. When the concept came about social distancing, we had made that distance covered by virtual means. Today, the distance, if even I am not there in Indonesia, the distance has been minimized because I'm here with you at the digital platform. I'm here with you at a different time zone, talking to you, communicating to you, interacting to you. And of course, later we will be having a great question answer session too. That's possible because of the digital assets, because even the organizations, universities, forums are changing and accepting digital world and digital leadership. Successful leader, if we talk about, it understands the importance of inbound data and the process within the business that supports it. Of course, the business should be supported with a lot of digital assets which the business is having. And that's only possible when you have a great leader. When you have digital leadership, when that can be utilized for successful digitalization in the company. So they place high value on their communication. So of course, creativity is needed, innovation is needed, communication is needed to explore how the new emerging technology and digital information can be used to help business projects. One example I just want to give, everybody knows Facebook, right? Facebook has created the revolution in the world of digital media and especially the communication. Now we have a lot of different platforms through which we communicate. There are different apps, even different apps in different parts of the world where communication has become, we connect with people. Yes, Facebook came to us by helping us to connect with people. Might be we are far apart. Even the Facebook has connected the people who were, they were not in contact for so many years. Yes, and today, Facebook, how many accounts Facebook have? Millions of it, more than that, right? Across the globe. We are connected with it. I myself have different friends from different parts of the world and we are connected with Facebook, right? But then Facebook has changed to even capture business. Yes, and this pandemic, there was a lot of change and digital revolution. I think so. When something bad happens, there are something which we come up with the new things, with the innovation. So the human mind came with innovations to connect with each other. We were in the process of that digitalization, but I think so. Pandemic has made this digitalization more faster. We had become more faster to connect, to explore the technology and utilize it in the business world. India is also known for a lot of things in business world. If I'm talking about IT, we are also called as IT hub. There are different companies, UK based, American based, European, different countries, Australian companies. They have their offices, their units here in India. Few cities are also called as the IT hubs, and the reason is because there are different IT companies which are giving number of employment to Indian people. Digitalization has made it possible to give them employment. India is also known for the manufacturing. Yes, we have a lot of manufacturing. We are manufacturer of from small threads to big automobiles and engines. I'm just giving a range from the thread to the engines. So we have a variety of manufacturing in India. India is also known as an agricultural land. So yes, there are a lot of agricultural products which are coming up, which requires business. We are good in services, hospitality. India is a huge country. We have incredible tourism where people can come enjoy from north to south, east to west, mountains, beaches, snowfall, Himalayas, right? So rich in different field, but then this digitalization has made the existence of India in the map of the world. How? When pandemic happened, everything was at stake. But then when I was talking about Facebook, and I had given an example that Facebook was not only just to connect, but also this asset was utilized by a lot of small scale industries, a lot of business, entrepreneurs you can talk about, or startups, or new companies, or young minds to connect to the consumers. Let's see one video. I will just share one video, and might be it's in the Indian language, but you have the subtitles if you can read the subtitles and can understand. And then we will talk about how digitalization with Facebook has increased the business scenario in India. I'm just sharing my screen again with the video, and then we will go for it. Just confirm with me when it is that even the name of the video, the YouTube, the video which I'm going to show you, that is Nai Shuruaat. Nai Shuruaat, that means a new beginning. A new beginning in the digital world, a new beginning where the world was stopped, but then this digital asset which we were having was utilized by young minds to capture the world, to make the world more closer, to make the business revolution, to reach to the consumer. My screen is on now, if you can see it.
Yeah.
It's audible?
Yes, we can see it.
And it's audible, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Okay. No voice. No sound.
Okay, so this was Facebook, and Nai Shuruaat, that means a new beginning. If you had seen this particular video, you might have realized that when there was a lockdown and when there was no one around, how to communicate, how to be in touch with people, and that time these young minds have thought about to use Facebook not only to connect with friends and people, but yes, start a business, promote a business and connect with customers by Facebook. And it was worked out. Small ventures, very small ventures, might be home bakers, might be the people who are working at their home, preparing some delicious food, had started their business on Facebook. They started their own Facebook page. Might be it's a consultation by the hospitals or clinics, counseling, training program, education, and many more things. So then that way we have connected with people, and that is what digital revolution is. But different media. Now this is a social media. Now we have Insta. Yes, youngsters are more towards Instagram, where the connectivity can be done with the people through Insta, and even a lot of businesses are booming. I had seen the uh, booming business of people here, a small enterprise, a new venture, a small thought, which if I have to start my own unit without even having any expenditure on the land, on any, a rental place, I can start on my Facebook page. I can have opened my Insta page, and I can boom. And there is a lot of changes which even we had seen, even changing the perception of the consumers by the digital media. Like I had seen the example I just want to share. There is one of the 5-star hotels over here, a chain of hotels who they were having 26 resorts across India. And they were thinking of changing the perception of people towards them, because it was specially for the business purpose that a lot of business meeting used to happen. But now they want to change the perception of the people towards looking that chain of 5-star resorts and converting into even family related events or family based leisure part. And that was they successfully done with the social media handle. They change the perception, they change the class who visit to their hotels, who visit to their resorts. And that was possible with the digital presence, with digital platform which they used, and they converted the perception, or they changed the perception. So even digital assets are used to change the perception and playing with the minds of the consumers. Yes, what we do in business, we play with the mind of the consumers, we play with the mind of the customers, because we want to create a better image of our product and service which we are offering to the consumer or to our target audience. And that can be effectively done with digital assets, where we can connect, we can market our product, we can use different marketing strategies more effectively if we are using our digital assets. Hope it's clear. I'm back to my slide, because there are a lot of other things which I want to discuss with few more examples from Indian context. Just confirm if I can share the screen. And coming back to my, yeah. So successful digital leaders who explore and give importance to the digital world or digital information or emerging technology, and if he uses it effectively in his business project, I think so. Like just now you had seen when the business were stopped in COVID-19, still people has utilized this technology and we are connected with the digitally with the world across the globe with their customers, and we're able to sell the products, we're able to make sure that the business will run and not stop. It was a difficult and tough time, especially in 2020, where it was a first lockdown and we were much worried about how it will happen, how the business and the world will move. Everything was stopped. The time was, stopped. It was, we were stuck at one place. But then this technology, the creativity, the communication through the emerging technology and digital information help the business projects to move ahead. Might be slowly initially, but then with the new ideas, innovations, technology, and use of communication through the emerging digital media, we were able to connect with it. So there are a lot of benefits of digital leadership. We were talking about marketing aspect, but when we talk about digital culture in the organization, yes. Just now, the previous speaker has talked about how the technology is being used in the organization in the form of your presence or your attendance in your office, creating a better culture, checking whether your mask is on and at the right place. Yes, in the same way, I had researched about the digital culture, how it's working, especially after this lockdown and after this pandemic. And I think so, different departments within the business has changed a lot with the digital tools, which has improved their work, which even improved the effectiveness of the work in the organization if the right tool is used. So the first example is the virtual meetings, which has become, so I don't have to travel more for a single meeting across the world, and I can save my cost, I can save my time connecting through, if that will do, connecting to different platforms like Zoom, Google Meet, and MS Teams, and many more. In the same way, Google Drive is one, it's an old one, of course, Google Classrooms, Google Drive, where you can share the documents across your department, which is more easy than just sending from one desk to another. Then attendance, yes, digital attendance when you're working from home, yes, that also had made the atmosphere, the culture. Yeah, definitely when you're not socially in touch with each other, that social touch is missing, no doubt. But when such situation happens, the digital culture has to be accepted, and it can at least make the organization work with the right tools and make your work more easy. It also makes employee more productive, if you can say. Productivity increases because digitalization is there. People don't have to struggle much more with the data or with the the work they are doing. The technology has made the work more effective, more productive, and ultimately when the productive of the work increases, it increases the productive of the organization. When you are more digitally sound, when you are using the digital technologies or tools more effectively in your workplace, then yes, you are more connected with this digital world, which is the need of the hour. It's not only talking about manufacturing company or IT companies, I'm talking about each and every sector. Even the retail sector have changed a lot. Even the retail has come to the e-commerce. We are seeing the retail is coming to an online platform. We can order, and at our doorstep the products are available, from grocery to your daily products which is used, to your electronic products, to your lifestyle products. Each and everything can be at your doorstep with just one click in your gadget. And that's possible because of the digital leadership or digital technology, which has made the selling and buying process more easy. The businesses become more closer, more convenient for the consumers, customers, and ultimately the productivity is increased. The e-commerce platform, the stores who are they are existing in the market, but still if they have an e-portal, it helps them to sell more products, to reach to the more consumers, not only in their city, but across the area, geographical area, which they might have thought about. And ultimately the productivity is increased, ultimately the sales is increased, and the business projects will grow and the business will boom. So technology is helping the product. So one more video I would like to share with you related to the consumer satisfaction, and after this I will share with you with the Indian context related to it. So it increases or improves customer satisfaction also, because when you're digitally competent and you're competing and working in your business for against or with your competitors and give a competition tough, your speed is increased with the technology, the convenience is increased, you're giving a customer support. It is definitely making improvement in the business world, and this makes the customer satisfied with your product and services. For example, if I am in a hospitality industry and I'm in a resort, my services providing through the digital media, the booking of the rooms, providing the services on click, your services are being provided. Yes, I'm happy with the services of that resort, and the customers are satisfied. E-portals are giving that satisfaction that yes, we have different portals, like just giving an example, Big Dart and Big Basket is one of the portal where to my doorstep I receive my food items if I want to order, and the milk. I'm happy with the services because I don't want to. It's auto suffice my wallet, where the money is transferred to the Big Basket wallet automatically, because I have made that provision and I'm getting daily fresh milk in the morning. I don't have to order, I don't have to worry. If I'm out of station, I can just stop the services. That's it. I'm happy with the services. So digitalization has made it convenient, speedy, customer is happy, customer is satisfied. Of course, it increases your revenue also, revenue to the business projects, because customers are happy, you're serving more customers in less time. It's simple, making more money with business. And that's why digital leadership has helped to increase revenues. One more video of digitalization and how in India, that's an example of one company related to glasses. Yes, this specs. And the company name is Lenskart. So I will be, sharing one video with you, which will, just look towards how the technology has made it more easy for the customers to just check towards them, see how the customers are happy when they are being, using the new technology for eye checkup and, purchasing the glasses, checking them at the digital media and realizing how the glasses will look. So the technology is helping them to go for it. I'm sharing it and you will realize that how in different businesses. So I just chosen one example as we don't have much time. So, and that's why, otherwise there are so many examples which can be shared and so many videos which can be shared. Might be you will understand it's not much difficult to understand this particular video which I am going to share. It's a smartphone lenses. Actually, the video is talking about smartphone lenses, which is again the need of the hour, and how the product becomes more easy for the customer and how the technology is being, utilized to sell the product. That's the important thing which I would like to share with you. Yeah. Sharing the video.
Okay. But we cannot hear the sound or voice, Dr. Kirti.
Voice is not there?
Yeah, no.
No. Previously it was there last time.
Probably a network.
Shall I share it again?
Yeah, just try.
Just check. Now it's fine.
Still no, but I think it's okay. You can explain later on the contents of the pictures. Yeah. And we still have around 6-7 minutes.
Okay.
Okay.
So it was, how do I look? If you observe this, it was, how do I look? So this is the digital media. I'm sure that it might be in Indonesia also, that you can, look towards how you will look with the glasses, different type of glasses, and then you select the type of glasses would you like to. You can share the different glasses with you, with your friends, and can check how it looks with you. So the technology has helped it to try the lenses, to try these glasses in front of the digital media, that how the glasses will look. And when, with the click, 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 she was changing the type of glasses, which, so customers are happy because I'm getting that particular services by the Lenskart app, where I can put my different glasses on a digital media and can look towards what it will feel to me. And then I can order online or offline, whatever I'm convenient to. So the digital media is helping a customer to be more satisfied, helping to choose a right product which suits him or her. No waste of time, no waste of cost, but the best product can be selected by the use of technology. Hope it's clear. That was the video. It was in actually in the language, Hindi language, that is in Indian language, but hope everybody has got it. Okay, coming to, I have 5 minutes, so I will just rush up with few more examples in the Indian scenario where I'd showed you the how Facebook in India has connected to many business platforms. In the same way, we had seen how the digital world is working towards in Indian context, especially, right? So it improves customer satisfaction, increases revenue, which we had seen. And the next one, communication, digital leadership skill. Of course, communication more effective, the virtual meetings, just now, before that I had given an example of it. Vision, I can have a strong vision and clear vision to work in the modern era. Digital literacy has been increased. That is one parameter. There are a lot of strategies which can be used. The culture can be increased. Digital leader can be more clear about the future. They can able to have much more strategies, make changes in the digital culture, digital landscape, and innovation can be done with the new technologies. And technology, everybody knows, is changing day by day. We are coming with the more flexible tools. We are coming with more adaptable tools in the digital workforce that can be used in the business, that can be utilized whether you are working in with your employees or with your customers, and you can make your business more smoother, more convenient, more productive for the employees, and more reachable, more profitable with the customers. So it can be, the industries can be adaptable, the business, or that's why these digital leaders are important, where the skills can be used. Coming to few examples, if you can see here, digital era in retail. There are a lot of changes in India in retail industry. Even in the retail stores, when you go, there are such digital monitors where you can check how the dress will look to you, how you will, when you will be wearing. So you don't have to change the dresses every time. It's there are e-portals also which are available. So retail has been changed. There is a retail digital transformation in India. There are a lot of organized retail stores, Indian-based multinational companies, many of them, which has made this digital revolution in retail, which we had never thought 20 years back, right? Hospitals have changed. We have, lot of digital health technologies which has come up, where you can connect to the doctors and medical practitioner through virtual meetings, virtual calls, consultancies. There are portals which are available in India, digital health portals where you can connect with you don't have to go to them, you can connect with them. They have their websites, they have their portals, there is a common portal also. So digital health technologies have been, tremendous change. Even the pharma industry, you can order your medicines on your different websites or different portals, and they are at your doorstep. So digital health technologies have changed, retail have changed. If you look towards digital universities, India is coming up with digital universities. In 2022 budget, that there is a union budget on 1st February every year, the finance minister of India has declared that we are coming with the digital revolution and digital universities. So yes, the more digital universities are coming up, we are empowering students with digitalization, where the rural area is there, where the internet is being increased, the 4G is being given, more preference, and how this universities can be made digital, that even if I'm sitting here, I can, opt for. So even the government is working on that, for digital digitalization in the world of business, in the world of retail, in the world of medical field, healthcare, in the world of universities. Not only that, in the world of finance. Yes, we have digital currency too coming up this year, the special currency of Indian currency. Of course, there are digital portals which is used very frequently by the street vendors also, who might be illiterate, but they are able to do digital currency transfers. But now we are coming.
1 minute.
Yeah, now we are coming with digital currencies too. And in this way, branding and digital presence can be, more effectively done. So just given an example how the products can be branded by different medias, Facebook, Insta, social media platforms, digital marketing strategies are the different means with which the products are being, marketed. The brands are being created in India, and brands and even small scale industries are growing with the help of the digital media and digital platforms. Thank you very much. I'm open for question answer session. Yes.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Dr. Kirti. Very great presentations talking about digital leaderships. According to my opinion, that India, you have your countries, regarding to the technology, it's running very fast, I think. But you said in your previous presentation that there are some area that lack of coverage, and also, but besides that, also the tourism side is very interesting in your country. I would like later on, I would like to ask the connection between technology and rural area and also tourism. But let me move to the next sessions. We have 2 sessions. I would like to divide into 2 sessions for question and answer. Pak Taufik, still there? Hello, Pak Taufik, still there? Okay. Yeah, also Pak Yopan and also Dr. Kirti still there. Well, for the first session, I will have 3 questions for 3 of you. Firstly, I would like to invite maybe a question from, wait please, a question from the participant who attends the seminar through YouTube or online. Please, if you have, that later on from us here. From participant from YouTube or through online. Any question? Or maybe from question and answer, I think one. Can we read it? From Mr. Rudy, RTTV, to Mr. Yopan. Related to social media and the negativity from that, such as fake account or the blockchain can be used in user account to verify the users. For Mr. Yopan, please.
Yeah, thank you so much for the question. So I think also this is very important, and because social media, so many fake account, right? To get the higher rank and so on. So this is something that is very big obstacle, the challenge that we have. How to ensure that this is the right people and so on, right? But in social media, if you see on the analytics, you can see also the patterns and so on. Yeah. So this is not only for the Twitter or the Twitter and so on, but you can compare it also. So this, I mean, social media is not the only one source of data that we have. You also can compare it with the others. Let's say from the blog or maybe news and so on. Let's say the.com and so on. You can also get the analytics for that. So with the comparing with all of the analytics, you can get the right, from that to validate the data, right? So we are not validating the fixed account, but we can validate the analytics. There is a lot of analytics that can be that all come from the social media, comparing with different kinds of sources and so on.
Yeah. Okay. Mr. Rudy, still any questions? Directly, you can speak from there. Pak Rudy. Oh, from Pak Edi Giantoro, STMM, to Mr. Yopan too. Okay. Related to Peduli Lindungi data, there is very completely data from the peoples of Indonesia. So how about the security and to protect that data? Because some of people worried about their personal data can be used for crime activities.
Yeah, thanks so much for the question. This is a very good question. Yeah, so currently we are working with the Ministry of Health to develop some application that not only for the delivery, but currently we have aplikasi sistem aplikasi sehat Indonesia too. So it really will be as a citizen interface, but ASIC will be the fastest interface or health interface, right? So this is the biggest super apps that can be run in Indonesia that providing the data and so on. So currently we are working with the Ministry of Health, hopefully as well as everything is secure and so on, right? So in terms of cloud, so the two things for the security. So we call security self-responsibility. So we just on the infrastructure itself. So let's say for the infrastructure surface, data center security, physical data security, and so on. This part of the cloud provider's responsibility. In case in AWS, so we're protecting our data center location, how to access and so on. But in terms of the data itself, this is the area of the customer. In this case, is the MNS, Ministry of Health. So how to do that? So Ministry of Health will later the tools. The tools provided from the AWS will provide all of the trails, log, firewall, and so on to ensure the data is secure. Right. Other than that, also regarding the access, content of data, and so on. But maybe one thing is that for the customer perspective, yeah, if they also sharing the data to the other people and so on, so this also connected to data, yeah, they will share the password and so on, they can have as well, right? So I mean, in this case, we are very focused on that's how they will connect the data itself. So let's say for the security compliance, we have HIPAA. For the security compliance, yeah, so everything data is there, the patient has to comply with HIPAA. So we are doing many things for the security compliance, the HIPAA code, the HIPAA certification. We also protecting the application and so on. So currently we are in the development with the Ministry of Health, yeah, because Peduli Lindungi will become a very strategic application in Indonesia for the citizen. Not only like in Natuna, but also future you can see like how to get analysis for your health data. So you also can see on the Peduli Lindungi letter. So currently we are doing on that and very concerned about this.
So for security, it really is cheap, right? Pak Yopa? Okay, thank you very much. So I would like to read a question from Ms. Asti Devi from STMM to Dr. Kirti and Mr. Taufik. The question is, Dear Dr. Kirti and Mr. Taufik, I would like to ask a question regarding internet maturity in India and UK. Have there been many problems related to this, and how did the government interferes? Because it relates to our readiness to accept 5G technology, which will bring massive progress in various aspects, which may bring many negative sides and addition to the positive sides. Dr. Kirti?
Yes. So if in Indian context, if you ask, then internet maturity, yes, it's growing now. As I had already told that India is 70% in rural areas, and in few parts there is a even problem of electricity. So internet is growing, we are developing, no doubt. Yes, if you are saying about the urban area and big towns, yes, they are well connected with internet. That's because I just told about we are also being known as an IT hub. So yes, the big towns and urban areas, cities, they are well connected. But if you talk about few tribal and rural areas, still internet is one of the challenge. But the government is being, taking initiative because this budget I had just told the finance minister is already declared about digital universities, digital money, and digitalization in the business world. Digitalization, and that's why more internet facilities is being, transferred to the areas where it is not there. So I think so there is a future. Even government is taking initiative to make the internet, and yes, 5G is coming up. We are ready for that too, to accept it. Hope it will bring a new revolution in the world of connectivity, communication, and business. Thank you.
Okay.
And I think so I had answered the question which
Hopefully.
was being asked.
Pak Taufik, please. Pak Taufik, please.
Okay, I think it's actually beyond my expertise, to be honest. But I probably I can offer some thoughts about the questions. I think in terms of the internet penetrations in the UK, I think it has been growing a lot over the years. I think in my slide I show how the digital divide has been mitigated to some extent, even though we realize that some of the areas are still within the dead spots for the coverage. I would think that the question is perhaps linking to the level of the internet maturity of the populations. I think in the UK, many of the government intervention program relies on law. So a lot of procedures are being formalized, including what can be accessed by a certain segments in the populations. That includes also regulations on the online gaming. That also includes regulations on to what extent contents can be accessible by pupils in the school. I understand that across different grades in the school, they have a certain lessons and educational offerings on how to be healthy in using the internet. Still, there are a lot of problems, a lot of issues with regard to the maturity, because again, things are not as straightforward as in the procedures, in the law, in the guidance. But again, everything is based upon the law, and hopefully the society will comply the law to the extent it's possible for them to follow. I think 5G is another connectivity, I will say. It brings the massive benefits. It brings the speed by a factor of 5 to 10 times, depending on the forecasting and predictions. What it can enable, still not fully realized, I would say. At the moment, if I'm not too sure how many of us have the 5G phone. I have one from the project. So if you look at the phone, it's actually not significantly different from the 4G phone. Still look the same. The types of the apps we can access is the same. It is more about the speed at the moment. So you can see the manifold speed offered by 5G. So with the speed, that means that we can access the entertainment contents more pervasively. We can access the contents we want to do more interactively. So it enables all this variety of applications, but in terms of what will be like a game changer for 5G, it remains to be seen in the next couple of years. At the moment, still, we haven't seen the big difference from the user end. So that's perhaps explain the reasons why haven't quite seen the breakthrough applications from 5G. So I hope that answered the questions.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, thank you very much, Pak Taufik. And already 3 or 4 questions from online side. Now I would like to move from participant who sit here. Yes, please, your question, name and question to whom? Please, yeah, 1, 2, and then one more. Okay, yeah.
Okay, thank you for the opportunities. Let me introduce myself first. My name is Yudi Widya Kusumo, MA. I'm from Public Relations Department of UPN Veteran Yogyakarta. First, I will ask to Mr. Dr. Taufik Ashari, Bachelor Engineering PhD. Very interesting to see your presentation about broadband has improved, but some rural areas still lack coverage. And my question is, coverage and my digital change the social ecosystem in UK. And the second one, I will ask to Mrs. Dr. Kirti Danglongani, how India youth play role on digital marketing and how digital marketing in India changed during COVID pandemic. Thank you.
Okay, I think directly answer thing. So first question from sorry, no, yeah, from UPN. First question, yeah, direct to Pak Taufik, and also later on to Dr. Kirti. So please, Pak Taufik. Dr. Kirti. So please, Pak Taufik.
Right. I think one of the findings we have seen from the projects to address the digital divide in the UK is a lot of our assumptions with respect to state-of-the-art technology have to be questions when it comes to public. Okay, the public, they may know the internet, they may know the phone, mobile devices, and so on and so forth. But in terms of bringing state-of-art technologies such as, in our context, will be robots and drones, is not that straightforward. Okay, so robot and drone to some extent are still pretty much foreign to populations in the rural areas. So we have to engage with them quite closely in terms of how this technology can offer the benefits and what does it mean connecting this technology to 5G. It's not a straightforward thing to achieve this connectivity, because obviously the devices itself has a built-in capability, but they might not necessarily directly link to certain communication devices. But through research development, we can progress that interfacing between the communication capability of state-of-the-art digital technologies and how we can demonstrate those capabilities to the populations. I think one of the actually special remarks from the population in rural areas during our trials would be, oh, okay, actually that's possible to do that. Or it's possible to actually see the robot dogs live in the forest, emitting the data in real time and being able to see that data on the station. So showing that capability actually provide a motivation for them to engage with the digital technology more, with exploring what this digital technology can bring to their life. So hopefully with that introductions, they will see this technology beyond their day-to-day technologies such as phones or internet connections could empower their life, could improve their productivity in whatever economic activities they are working for. So it's quite interesting. We start with a certain assumption, but actually some of the assumptions are not true when we do the trial program.
Yep. Direct to Dr. Kirti regarding to the Indian youth. Please, Dr. Kirti.
Yes. Thank you for the question. I think so. The question was related to how there was a change in the, digital marketing strategies during the pandemic, especially by the youth. If I'm not wrong, India is a youth country, a young country. More than 50% population is young. So we are the country which has a maximum youth population. When the youngsters comes, yes, technology is one which is readily acceptable. Of course, every person is accepting technology, but youngsters are more towards it. So when you talk about business, yes, if you will see the scenario in India, the youngsters who are coming up with new entrepreneurs, the youngsters who are coming with their new business ideas, whether it's for production, whether it's for service industry, they are making use of these digital platforms more effectively to reach to the customers. Today, even the literacy, even it is less, everybody has the gadgets, everybody has internet in their hands. And that's why reaching to the target audience have becomes more easy. Even the students in my university, I had by pursuing their BBA program, Bachelor in Business Administration, or by pursuing their MBA program, Masters in Business Administration, they have started their own ventures. And when we discuss about their ventures in the class, they talk me about that how digital platform has helped them to reach to the customers. They are making different advertisements and marketing strategies which they upload on their Facebook page, their Insta page, their different social media handles, and then they reach to the customers and they are getting their business. So they are making themselves ready with this digital, with the digital world, and with the marketing strategy which can be used more effectively through so I totally agree that yes, the youngsters are being towards the digital marketing strategies and they are using very effectively this. And the pandemic, when people were at home and they were not having and they were not going to the workplace, they were more with the gadgets because of the social distancing. This digital platforms has been utilized more, and the innovations have come up, and the business, and that's why I had shared the first video, if you remember, that how the Facebook was being used in India by a small shopkeeper, also a small business, a small unit, a home can also to explore the business ideas and reach to the target audience. I think so. I'm able to answer your questions. If no, then you can ask me.
Okay. Okay, let's move to the second question. Yep.
Good morning, Dr. Kirti. I want to ask, but before, let me introduce myself. My name is Sofi Sukmasari. I'm from Muhammadiyah University of Yogyakarta. As we know that Indian industry is increasing. Even though the social structure of Indian society is almost the same as in Indonesia, which is dominated by the lower class. What do you think we should do as a young intellectual generation to participate through digitalization to increase participation of the lower class in national development, especially women workers, considering that women dominated the population in Indonesia? Thank you.
The question to
Dr. Kirti.
Dr. Kirti. Yeah.
Dr. Kirti.
Dr. Kirti. Yeah.
Sir, can you repeat it? I think so. She's asked about Indonesia and India are similar. I'm just repeating it. So if I'm at the right page, and the digitalization has changed the working environment and how it has affected the women, right? This is the question.
Yeah, I think.
I just want. Yes.
Once again.
Okay, let me repeat. Okay, let me repeat. As we know that Indian industry is increasing, even though the social structure of Indian society is almost the same as in Indonesia, which is dominated by the lower class. What do you think we should do as a young intellectual generation to participate through digitalization to increase participation of the lower class in national development, especially women workers, considering that women dominated the population in Indonesia? Thank you.
Thank you very much for repeating the question. So I got it that you want to know about that. Yes, Indian culture is little bit similar to the Indonesian. If you are talking about the working culture, and her question is related to women workers, how digitalization can help women workers. That's totally true that it's a men dominated society in India. Still it's men dominated society. We talk about womanhood, we talk about changes and women empowerment, but still I had observed that in India only 20%, less than that, you can see there is a changes in the working of the woman, or decision making power of the women in India. Still more than 80% the women are facing a lot of problem. I think so digitalization will definitely help them, because due to this social media, due to the digitalization, due to this internet, you can reach and communicate to even the tribal class, even to the small villages where you cannot reach personally. So yes, that can be helped. And yes, for the working class or the working women's, digitalization has definitely helped. Work from home is a concept which came up during this pandemic, because and the technology has helped the women can work from home. And I think so I had observed, and a small research piece of research was done by me for the working women, that whether they are happy with the work culture which was there after the pandemic, they want to back to the office at the regular basis. So majority of women have said that no, this digital platform had made the work from home more easy, so they can manage their work life balance. They can have their work life balance managed, because still in India there is a male domination, and that's why even the working women, even if they are literate, they are well settled family, they have to cook, they have to take care of their kids. So I think so digitalization has definitely helped them, and it will help them in future too. And it will help to reach the message for the women empowerment in India, as the digital platform is used to reach to the women where we cannot reach, to make them more aware of their rights, to their more aware of their work culture, to more aware of all the social issues, and solve their problems and make them more empowered to face all the challenges in this world. So definitely yes, I think so. I'm
Yeah.
able to answer
Yeah.
you.
So far now in India, some women workers also still work from home, or if yes, so how many percent, or what's the condition right there now?
Yes, they are. Because see, in India, even I'm not talking about only IT field or only some offices. If you're talking about how this pandemic has helped them, so suppose I'm a great cook and I can cook a good food, so I can have my home kitchen and I can deliver through the app the food to different places. I am very good in painting. I'm very good in teaching. So I can use my digital platforms to teach, to deliver sessions, to interact. it has become, digital platform has made the working women to interact with the world more easy, so they can, balance their life, because it's very difficult that they will be out of home all the time, as the situation is same in Indonesia and India, as she said. So yeah, they are very happy. There are some organization which has made it mandatory to be in office, because now the pandemic is had slowed down, and we are in the normal, after post COVID, you can say, or it's a new normal, you can say. So yes, still many of the women are working online, they are working from home, and new businesses, they had given rise to the new businesses. They came to know that they are capable to deliver online, they are capable to deliver through apps, they can start their own online sites, they can have their business online, they can have their products on Amazon, they can be touched with the small products which they produce or they will manufacture at their home, might be the painting, might be the designing their dresses or whatever, and they can touch with the platform like Amazon to sell their products. So digital platform has made their working culture more easy to reach people.
Okay, thank you very much,
Thank you.
Dr. Kirti.
Okay,
The
thank
third
you very much,
question
Dr. Kirti.
should be
The
from,
third question
yes, please.
should be from, yes, please.
Check. Uh, Thank you before introduce my name. My name is Dwipa. I am from Ahmad Dahlan University, Yogyakarta. I am a graduate of MMTC. My question for Dr. Kirti.
Dr. Kirti.
Yeah. I will issue the corruption in Indonesian about now new media is many media do not attention for the public ethic and broadcasting code. My question is, how can we repair the chaos situation and the condition, especially with the leadership digital? Thank you.
Yep, Dr. Kirti, regarding to the new media and many media, sometimes they forget about the ethic and so on. So what do you think?
I think so. He mean that how we can make the work culture more effective with digital media, and we can decrease the corruption, right?
Yeah.
So I think so. Digitalization has made everything more transparent, because we don't have something fake, and we cannot manipulate. So digitalization has made it more clear, more transparent, because it's live. If I'm in the meeting live, or I'm working on some documents, or working on my digital platform, so it has made the business more transparent, so the corruptions or the fraud can be minimized. That's a major problem. The corruption is a major problem in India, and I think so. Digitalization has helped it, and if there will be the revolution of this digitalization more, and of course it will be more, because we are accepting the technology and we are going up with the new technology. So it will definitely help to make everything is computerized now. All the papers, laws, legalization, if the government policies or government documentation has been computerized, so it has made the system more clear and more transparent. For example, previously a single man, suppose a single man in India may have 5 accounts in different banks with different names. Today it's not possible, because everything is transparent. We have our ID number, we have our unique number of the nationality, which is similar. And because of the digitalization and computerization, now you cannot have the bank account in two different names. The transparency is there. So even if I'm paying taxes to the government, I cannot hide my taxes, because if I'm paid from different different universities or forum or organization, I have to pay the tax to the government, because everything is digital, everything is computerized now. So I think so transparency has maintained a lot, and it is minimizing the corruption level in India. I think so your question was the same, which I understood.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Kirti.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Kirti.
Still have
We
around 15 minutes thing, committee. We still have. Okay, cool. So one more question, I think. I will read. Can you show us a question from online? Yeah, can you show us? Okay, cannot. So, well, I think I have a question, but time is up. Signed from the committee. So, thank you very much. Applause to our speakers. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Pak Taufik from UK, Pak Yopan from Jakarta, Indonesia, and also Dr. Kirti from India. Thank you very much for your presentation. Very great. Thank you very much. Keep always healthy and safe. Keep always healthy. And back to Mbak Ratri, please. And back to Mbak Ratri.
Okay, thank you, Pak Dono, and thank you for all speakers. And I think I need to give big applause for all the speakers, for the moderator, and for all of us here. Yeah. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, now we come to the end of the seminar. And in this occasion, I would like to invite Honorable, the head of the School of Multimedia, to deliver the closing remarks. Bapak Nur Iza, the floor is now yours. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you very much for this session, international seminar, and already conducting very smoothly and very successfully. Thank you, all the organizer from the all Civitas Sekolah Tinggi Multimedia or School of Multimedia in Yogyakarta. Yeah, I would like to appreciate for the contribution from the resource person here. We have already Dr. Taufik Ashari from Birmingham University. Thank you very much for your contribution today. And also, I would like to thank to Mr. Dr. Muhammad Yopan. Thank you, Pak Yopan. I would like also to continue cooperation between Sekolah Tinggi Multimedia or School of Multimedia with AWS, yeah, for future digital center of excellence in Sekolah Tinggi Multimedia. And also, I would like to appreciate to Dr. Kirti dan Longani. Thank you very much for your contribution. Very wonderful today from what you already mentioned to us, and also elaboration what happened in India also. And also thank you very much from Bapak, my employer, my boss, Bapak Hari Budiarto, and also very nice moderator today, Bapak Dr. Sudono. And thank you very much for their participation in here in Sekolah Tinggi Multimedia, and also all participants from Zoom. Thank you very much, and we would like to continue this seminar. This seminar is not the last one. This seminar is the first step toward into international conference that will be conducted around November 2022. That's all my presentation, what I mentioned today. Thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Thank you, Bapak Nur Iza, for the closing remarks. Ladies and gentlemen, we have now covered whole session of the seminar, and very well, I should say. A big hope that we could capture much valuable information, knowledge, and insight from all speakers. And in this occasion, I would like to invite again the head of the School of Multimedia, Bapak Nur Iza, to virtually deliver the certificate for all the speakers, for they have already shared their knowledge, views, and insight for all of us here. Please, Bapak.
Berdiri atau so.
Okay, for
so how?
Yeah. Thank you very much for this opportunity. I would like to send the certificate for your contribution today as resource person from this international seminar on best practice of digital transformation to boost clean and agile governance. And the seminar, the certificate of appreciation, you can see on the monitor, and the certificate already sent to you. Thank you very much, Mr. Dr. A. Taufik Ashari. Thank you very much, Dr. Muhammad Yopan. And also thank you very much, Dr. Kirti Danglongani. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Bapak Nuriza. Thank you, speakers. And ladies and gentlemen, I would like to ask you to open the camera on for us to have a photo session. For those who present virtually, I mean. Done, committee? Okay. Done, committee? Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, as mentioned earlier, that the seminar is organized by the Department of Public Information and Communication, School of Multimedia, in which School of Multimedia is a higher education institution under the Ministry of Communications and Informatics of the Republic of Indonesia. Therefore, once again, we would like to extend our appreciation to His Excellency Minister of Communications and Informatics of the Republic of Indonesia, His Honorable the Head of ICT Research and Human Resource Development, Ministry of Communications and Informatics of the Republic of Indonesia, His Honorable the Head of the School of Multimedia, speakers, participants, the organizing committee for making the seminar run successfully. Now we have arrived at the end of our program. I would like to end this program by saying, recover together, recover stronger. Thank you and see you in other occasions. Terima kasih dan sampai jumpa lagi. Should we, okay, Bapak Ibu yang di sini untuk maju ke depan.